A Course in Miracles Workbook, Lesson 139. I will accept atonement for myself.
This lesson means choosing to remember that nothing is wrong with you. Atonement means correction, like gently fixing a mistake in how you see yourself. It is accepting the truth that you are already loved, whole, and safe in God. When you accept this for yourself, you stop blaming or punishing yourself and let peace come back into your heart. This lesson teaches you to trust God's loving answer and rest in who you truly are.
This is where choosing ends, because the right choice has been made. Love is all there is. This is the moment we choose to accept ourselves as God created us. All confusion comes from not knowing who we are. Every doubt and fear begins with the question, what am I? When we answer by accepting that we are God's child, the fear starts to fade.
This paragraph means that real peace comes when we stop believing fearful ideas and remember the truth about who we are. A Course in Miracles teaches that love is the only thing that is truly real. When people forget that they are God's loving child, they can feel confused, afraid, or unsure of themselves. Fear begins when we do not remember our true identity. But when we accept ourselves as God created us, loving, whole, and safe, the fear starts to disappear. The Course gently reminds us that we do not need to become something different. We only need to remember the truth of who we already are.
Only someone who has forgotten who they really are asks, what am I? The question, what am I, only seems real when you refuse to accept who you are. Every living thing knows what it is deep down, and from that knowing, it sees everything else with the same kind of truth.
This paragraph means that when people forget that they are God's loving child, they can feel confused about who they are. Deep inside, everyone already knows the truth about themselves. A Course in Miracles teaches that when you remember your true self, loving, whole, and created by God, you also begin to see everyone else with love and truth too.
Not knowing who you really are is a huge trick you play on yourself, so big it is hard to even imagine. If you are alive but do not know who you really are, it is like believing you are not truly living at all. Life means being your true self, and nothing else can be truly alive but you. Who is the one who doubts? What is he unsure about? Who is he asking? And who can give him the answer?
This paragraph means that forgetting who you really are can make you feel lost and unsure. A Course in Miracles teaches that your true life comes from being your real self, which God created loving, whole, and alive forever. When people doubt themselves and ask who they are, it is because they have forgotten this truth. The Course gently reminds us that the answer is already within us, because our true self has never been lost.
He simply says he is not himself, and because he thinks he is something else, he starts to ask questions about what that something is. He could not be alive unless he already knew who he is. If he asks like he does not know, it just means he does not want to be who he truly is. He already knows that truth because he is alive, but he judged against it, said it was not important, and decided to pretend he does not know the one thing that is always true.
This paragraph means that deep inside, everyone already knows who they truly are. A Course in Miracles teaches that we are God's loving child, and that truth has never left us. Sometimes people pretend they are something smaller, weaker, or separate from love, and then they become confused about who they are. But the truth is still inside them. The Course gently reminds us that we do not need to become our true self. We only need to stop pretending we are something else.
He feels unsure about his life because he has denied what it really is. You need atonement because you deny the truth about who you really are. Saying no to the truth did not change who you are. But now your mind feels split. One part knows the truth and the other part does not. You are still yourself with no questions, but you are the one who starts to doubt it. But you do not stop to ask what part of you is actually doubting who you are. The part of you that asks this question is not really the true you, because it's asking someone who already knows the answer. If it were really part of you, then you could never be sure of anything.
This paragraph means that when people forget the truth about who they are, they can feel confused and unsure inside. A Course in Miracles teaches that the real you still knows the truth, even if another part of the mind seems afraid or doubtful. The Course says that your true self has never changed. The part that doubts, fears, or feels separated from love is not the real you. Your true self already knows it is safe, loved, and created by God. Atonement means remembering the truth again. The Course gently reminds us that even when we forget who we are for a while, the loving truth inside us has always remained the same.
Atonement fixes the strange idea that you could ever doubt yourself or be confused about who you really are. This is how deep the madness goes. But everyone in the world asks the same question. That just shows the world itself is mad. Why believe the world's madness just because everyone else does? That does not make it true.
This paragraph means that atonement helps us remember the truth about who we really are. A Course in Miracles teaches that we were never meant to live in fear, confusion, or doubt about ourselves. Many people in the world feel confused about who they are. But just because many people believe something does not make it true. The Course gently reminds us that the truth is still the same. We are God's loving child, and we have never truly been separate from love.
Nothing the world believes is really true. The world is like a place where people who forgot who they are come to ask, "What am I?" and try to find the answer. They keep coming back until they accept the atonement and learn that you cannot doubt yourself and still know who you really are.
This paragraph means that the world often teaches ideas that are not truly real because many people have forgotten who they really are. A Course in Miracles says people keep searching for answers because they forgot they are already God's loving child. The Course teaches that atonement is the remembering of the truth. When you stop doubting yourself and accept who God created you to be, loving, whole, and safe, the confusion begins to end.
You only need to accept the truth, because who you really are is already certain and sure. Who you are is forever safe in God's mind and in yours. It is so sure and true that just asking what you are shows you believe the false idea that you do not know what you really do know. Is this really a question, or are you just saying something that proves itself wrong? Let us not let our holy minds get stuck thinking about silly or useless things like this.
This paragraph means that you do not need to become something new, because your true self is already real, safe, and known by God. A Course in Miracles teaches that deep inside, you already know who you are. When you doubt yourself, you are only forgetting the truth for a little while. The Course gently reminds us not to get lost in confusing thoughts, but instead to accept the simple truth that we are God's loving and holy child.
We have an important mission to do here. We did not come here to make the mad thoughts we used to believe seem true. Let us remember the goal we said yes to. We did not come just to find our own happiness. We came for more than that. When we accept who we really are, we also show what everyone else must be too. If we turn away from others, we turn away from ourselves. But if we look at them with love, they will remember they are part of us and we are part of them.
This paragraph means that we are here to remember love and truth, not to keep believing fearful or confusing ideas. A Course in Miracles teaches that when we remember who we really are, we help others remember too. The Course says we are all connected. When we see others with love and kindness, we also remember the love within ourselves. But when we push others away, we forget our shared connection. Love helps everyone remember that we all belong together in God's love.
Atonement teaches us that we are still one with God, even if we believe we have forgotten who we are. Nothing can change our true self. Today, accept the atonement, not to change the truth, but to remember who you really are. Let God's never-ending love make you happy all day. This is all we are asked to do, and today we will do it. Spend 5 minutes in the morning and again at night to focus on this mission. I will accept atonement for myself, for I remain as God created me.
This paragraph means that atonement helps us remember that we are still connected to God and have never truly changed. A Course in Miracles teaches that our real self is still loving, whole, and exactly as God created us. The Course says we do not need to become worthy of love because God's love is already with us. We only need to remember the truth again. By spending quiet time in the morning and at night thinking about this, we help our minds become peaceful and happy. The prayer reminds us that no matter what we believe about ourselves, our true self has always remained safe in God's love.
We have not lost the truth God gave us when He created us to be like Him. We can remember the truth for everyone because all minds are joined as one. In that memory, we see our love and unity held by God's love.
This paragraph means that the truth God created in us has never been lost. A Course in Miracles teaches that all people are connected in one loving family, and when we remember the truth about ourselves, we help everyone remember it too.
To honor all creation and its creator, each hour today, we will remember our purpose and let go of distracting thoughts. Take a few minutes to clear your mind of all the silly thoughts the world tries to wrap around you. See how weak and easy to break the chains are that seem to hide the truth of who you really are. As you say, I will accept atonement for myself, for I remain as God created me.
This paragraph means that we can take quiet moments to let go of fearful and unimportant thoughts that hide the truth of who we are. A Course in Miracles teaches that these fearful ideas are not strong, even if they seem powerful sometimes. The Course gently reminds us to focus on love and our true purpose instead of getting distracted by fearful or unimportant thoughts. When we do this, we remember our unity with God and with each other. The prayer reminds us that our true self has never changed. We are still exactly as God created us, loving, whole, and safe. When we remember this truth, the fearful thoughts begin to fall away.
I will accept atonement for myself. I will accept atonement for myself. I will accept atonement for myself.